In this video, we will see how to produce a deceased individual tax return within UFile. As a first step, we must determine the marital status of this deceased individual. If this deceased individual was married or common law before the date of death, you will keep the same marital status as before, either married or common law, within the drop-down menu of marital status in the identification section. If the deceased individual is a file head within UFile, within the drop-down menu of the marital status change, you will leave it at no change. If the widow or widower is the file head within UFile, within the drop-down menu marital status, choose the option widowed. Within the marital status change option, choose the option change. For the purposes of this video, we will assume that the deceased individual is the file head within UFile. In order to complete a deceased return within UFile, go to the Interview Setup menu on the left-hand panel, and then tick the box next to Tax Return for a Deceased Person. Click Next at the bottom of the page. Enter the required information of the next page, which is the Deceased section in the left-hand menu. Enter the date of death, and then indicate the type of return you are producing. Complete the rest of the sections if applicable, and then click Next at the bottom of the page. Complete the rest of the file accordingly with the information and slips that have been sent in the deceased individual's name. Now we must complete the surviving spouse's file. Click on the surviving spouse's name, and then go to the section Marital Status Change. On the page to the right, indicate the change in marital status. In our example, it'll be taxpayer became widowed. Indicate the date of marital change in status, in other words, the date of death of the spouse. And complete the rest of the questions if applicable. Click Next at the bottom of the page. Complete the surviving spouse's file based on their slips and other information. If the widow or widower was the spouse within the family file, for the following year, you will need to create a brand new file for this individual. If the deceased individual was the spouse within the file, then you can simply delete the deceased individual's file in the following year. Thank you for using UFile.